Hello everyone, today I would like to tell you how to use the scene, the project tab, how to use the scene and the camera. Let's go into the file and input a new file, BIP file. Click it and then go into the toothbrush and open it. So input by just waiting for my camera is a little bit slow. So in here, let's move the models to faces to the top. So going to move models, you're gonna hold the shift buttons to rotate this model by 50 degrees and to face to the top. And then we could see a little bit thick because here is not attached to the ground. So let's go into the rotation. Let's give a -0.9 degrees and then snaps to the ground. Let's hit it OK. Doesn't work, so let's do again. So change this to -9 point. Okay, and hit it to the ground. But at this moment, it's not snapped to the ground for some reasons. Don't worry, I just hit it OK, and then I re-click the move the models, and then enable the translation. I'm gonna drag this right arrows a little bit down to make the part is attached to the ground. Let's hit it OK. So in here, if I want to attach colors to this brush, let's drag the blue lights, blue colors in here. So you're gonna see all the parts become a one colors. So how to change this situation? So right click this bodies, edit materials in here. Now right click is click on link the materials. Next time you would drag colors directly in these parts, but say I didn't like these colors, let's edit materials, and in this I could choose to green purples to it. Let's hit it OK. So I want to make a new group to this toothbrush of the outer brushes. How to do this? So hold your control buttons and then you're gonna choose this toothbrush one by one. Make it careful to make sure you selected the right outer brush. Okay, and then you're gonna hit the right, add it to the group, toothbrush, new group. Let's give a name like outer brush. Okay, hit it OK, and then hit OK, continue. In order toothbrush, you could just drag this to an auto toothbrush to give it let's right click the auto toothbrush, and unlink materials. Okay, so let's drag this white color again. Let's drag this to auto toothbrush. You can see all this group gonna change to a white color. So let's make the okay, I forgot one column in here. How to add these columns to the group? So just hold your left mouse button, drag this column. Out we go down, out we go up to the top. And go into Auto Brush folder and hit continue. And next time, if you just give an outer brush a white color, this column automatically changed to a white color. Let's make a rest of the buttons make into a group. This time I just click on this toothbrush, hold your shift buttons all the way, go down to the bottom and hold this. Right click, add it to the group. Toothbrush, new group, inner brush. Okay, hit it OK and OK. Continue. Let's give at this time let's give a yellow color to the inner toothbrush. You're gonna see this group change to a yellow colors. So if I just want to change the name, you just double click this in here. I'm gonna change a new name, give it to it. Okay, go back. You see the name already be changed in here. So next I will tell you the camera settings. Going to camera settings, in here it's only have one camera, it's three cameras. And if I just in sphericals, I can change the distance of the camera, right? And the angles of the cameras, this kind of angle of cameras and twist angles. And in standard views, we could basically have the front view, top view, and asymmetric views of this toothbrush. Okay, here I find actually this belongs to a white color. Let's change it. So click this, drag this toothbrush all the way go up. Going to a okay, I didn't find outer brushes. Let's go back to the bottom, drag into this folder and hit continue. And let's give a white color to this folder. So it's changed the white color again. So going to the cameras again. And in here, let's just change isometric perspective. We're gonna say a very natural perspective of it. So in here is a grid. Default is now. If we change to hover, it's gonna add some grays on it, or thirds, or quarters. More and more grays be added in here. And in here, lens settings. Default is perspective. If I just change to orthographic, it's gonna, like, if I choose the top views of it, you could see the camera is just very directly have this view without any perspective view, right? If I change to a shift, let's give this to asymmetric. Shift is different from the orthographic, it's different from perspective, right? Also panoramic is another different views of it. Let's go back to perspective and light change to a noun default. So in here, perspective focus, you could just change to a focus. When you change the perspective focus lens, you will notice in here it's also changed the numbers. So basically for the industrial product, we just give a 50 numbers in here. If I want to have a transportation like a car, just to give a 20. But if you give a product a 20 perspective, it's really weird in here. So let's just go back to 50s. In here is also field of the view. It could also adjust the views of the objects. In ground grid, if you add it, it automatically added the ground grid on it. Well, let's disable this. In here, it's a stereo. If I just hit it, in eye distance, if I change it, you're gonna see it's gonna stretching the toothbrush on a very not very realistic feelings. Let's go back to a very normal perspective. Okay, in depth for fire, if I hit it, I can't hit it because in here it has a stereo. I must enable this. I must disable this, and I can enable the depth of the files. You can see it's already blurred. By changing this, if I change to 600 or here, you won't see this object just disappear. So is maybe 216 is more clear for us perspective. So in here we could also change to f-stop. Now is 1. If I change to 3, you're gonna see or 8. You're gonna see more clear on here. So less blur in the scenario. Okay, let's change it to 3. Okay, in here has a target. If I currently, this top of the toothbrush is very clear, and this tail is not clear, is a little bit blurred. If I just click this target and click on the tail, you will see this part has become clear. Focus point is on here, as this is center, and the more far away from the center, the more blurred it has. So the tail of the toothbrush become a very blurred. So go up. If I change to absolutely, I can directly change the numbers of the toothbrush location. Let's change this X into a 100. What's gonna happen is it's gonna change the positions of this positions of camera to see this toothbrush. Okay. Today we finished this class. Let's meet in next lesson. See you.